Why do black people like fried chicken? Nah, I'm joking. This video is about the history of racist fried chicken. Let's go. Like, everybody eats fried chicken. Why does this got to be a black thing, bro?
What does fried chicken have to do with race?
For real.
People like fried chicken.
That's what I'm
What's so
saying.
offensive about fried chicken? Well, today we're going to talk about the history of African Americans and fried chicken.
All right, let's learn something.
If you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at OneMikeHistory.com. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at my Buy Me Coffee, my Patreon page in the description below. Give us 5 stars.
Hey, man, start the video, bro.
Back to ancient Rome.
Ancient Rome?
Named Abacus was the first to suggest the recipe of fried chicken. However, it was the Moors who truly developed and refined the art of frying chicken.
Damn, so it's in our mother-loving history. Let's go. W black people, you're welcome. Everyone that enjoys fried chicken, bro. We did it first.
We know it has its origins in 2 distinct cultures.
Okay, 2.
Scottish and West African.
Okay.
The Scots were the first to introduce the idea of frying chicken.
But they didn't have no seasoning on it.
Which is quite different from the usual European cooking methods of baking and broiling. There was evidence that the Scots had been deep frying poultry in fat since the Middle Ages.
Holy moly.
Interesting piece of evidence from 1773 diary of the writer James Boswell wrote about a dinner he had in the Isle of Skye, which included fried chicken. One of the very first known written recipes of fried chicken comes in a British cookbook entitled
The British?
Remain Plain and Easy by Hannah Glass in 1747.
Wow.
The recipe loved by both British and the American colonies. In the recipe,
they were eating fried chicken in the American colonies?
Quarters, lay them in vinegar for 2 to 4 hours with salt, pepper.
Damn, that take forever.
Garlic.
Girl, y'all doing all that for fried chicken?
With a half a pint of wine and flour, then 2 egg yolks, melt a little butter, grated oregano, some chopped parsley, beat very well, dip your fowls in the batter, and fry
Not
them
your
like
fowls.
a deal of hog lard.
Hog lard.
The Scottish immigrants who first introduced fried chicken to the United States,
Okay.
they were definitely not the ones that popularized.
Shout out to the Scots.
That was done by Western Africans.
Yeah.
Western Africans were very familiar with cooking chicken.
Yeah, I bet.
Usually used a braising technique. However, once in America, enslaved Africans used their
Those sons of
traditions
bitches
to introduce the concepts
The seasoning. Yeah. Because they ain't do that shit. You already know they ain't do no seasonings.
Mundane dish.
Yeah, and we made it tasty.
Scots weren't putting any seasoning in their fried chicken.
Who's surprised? Not me.
Enslaved people found themselves in an alien landscape amidst an unfamiliar food and culinary norms. Nonetheless, they were expected to utilize the ingredients that were accessible to them while continuing to draw on their deep culinary traditions. African culinary habits brusquely featured poultry and fowl.
Nice.
Chicken played a significant role, making this an easily adaptable ingredient when they reached the New World. Their culinary skill and ingenious improvisation of the enslaved people played a huge role in the growth and popularity of fried chicken. They combined their—
So I want to know, because in Southern dishes, majority of Southern dishes, it's usually pork, right? They usually use the pig, like chitlins or pig feet, sausages, so on and so forth, right? Which one was more prevalent? Because I just from looking at Southern history, at least like North Carolina, South Carolina, right? Those type of Southern places, a majority of the food, at least from back then, was like pork inspired, or usually pork. Like, which one was more prevalent, the pork or the chicken, is what I want to know.
People played a huge role,
like, because this sounds like chicken came first, but when did it turn into pork?
Popularity of fried chicken. They combined their African cooking techniques with already available ingredients in America to create something completely different. For example, West African cultures use palm oil most often for frying foods.
However, dude, palm oil is so bad, bro. It is so bad.
Enslaved Africans had to switch to using lard or
lard ain't good either.
Fat of other animals to fried chicken. This was because those ingredients were more
prevalent,
readily available and less expensive.
Yeah, makes
Chickens
sense.
also played a significant part in the lives of enslaved people.
Okay.
Chickens were amongst the few animals that enslaved people were permitted to keep and care for, and they became a key part of their meals. Raising chickens was manageable and presented enslaved people with an opportunity to express some level of independence. Chickens also had economic importance because sometimes enslaved people were allowed to trade or sell their surplus eggs and meat for other goods. However, If a chicken fell sick or died, enslaved people were forced to eat it to avoid wasting the food.
Yeah.
Therefore, they came up with the idea of cleaning and seasoning the meat, then frying it in hot oil.
Let's go.
During slavery, fried chicken was a luxury reserved for special occasion.
Okay.
Although the
That makes
recipe
sense.
is extremely simple.
Yeah, but the thing is, the time. Yeah, I was literally about to say that. Like, yeah, it's simple to make it, but it takes time. Like he said, what, 2 to 4 hours, bro? You're a slave. You don't got just 2 to 4 hours to sit around. This shit is not normal.
Effort. Not everyone had access to the right kitchen tools or even access to available poultry. Still, as more and more people tasted fried chicken, it began to disseminate across the South. And by the end of the Civil War, the connection between African Americans and fried chicken was already firmly established. In the period following the Civil War, mass-produced fried chicken and inexpensive oils became readily available. However, during the same time period, racial laws restricted employment opportunities for African Americans, particularly women. So they resorted to selling their homemade fried chicken offered as a Sunday meal to travelers. This economic strategy helped propagate Southern Railway and therefore solidify fried chicken as a Southern staple and a nationwide symbol. The best example of this took place in Gordonville, Virginia. Despite this small town of only 900 residents,
that chicken got a
Virginia was an important stop.
That got away.
Major railroad line.
Yo, so that's basically where fried chicken took off because of the railway. People come from all over the place to come here, like, or they have to go through here, and boom, fried chicken. Damn, this shit's good. Where'd you get this from? Someplace in Virginia. Boom. That's how fried chicken became so fucking big in America, bro. There it is.
Trains
are pretty freaking cool, to be honest. I know they cool as shit.
Figure out how to feed them.
Like, bro, cool. Look, bro, black people low key are some of the coolest fucking people, bro. Low key, and maybe I'm biased. I might be, but bro, like if you look back on history, bro, they do like they just get treated like shit. But bro, black people are some of the coolest people, bro.
And some would pack their own food.
It's kind of messed up.
Others chose to purchase meals during their trip. Spotting a business opportunity, African American women used to sell their homemade food to passing travelers.
That makes sense.
Serve fried chicken and pies and biscuits.
That makes sense.
Deliver them to the hands.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So basically, soul food became popular because they would sell this thing on the railroad, bro. Like, this is history, bro. This was like, bro, this is crazy. Why don't they teach this in the books, bro? This is crazy. This should be in like culinary class or something, bro.
Known as waiter carriers, but by the turn of the century,
they hate us because they ain't us.
With dining cars,
some people for real.
Regulations,
some people
stringent for platform food vendors, and as a result, this innovative business tradition had to come to an end.
Okay.
During the Great Migration,
but at that point, it don't. Yo, she got a nose ring. Bro, how old this girl look? She look like 14, 15. Bro, she got a nose ring in the... When does this picture taken? The 17, 18, 19? Like, no, this ain't 17. It's like 19. There ain't no cameras in the 1700s.
Two northern industrial cities. And they took their...
This is like in the 70s.
Including their beloved fried chicken.
60s, 50s.
Reminded them of their former homes. Over time, African Americans started to eat fried chicken as a staple meal after church. They also would serve the best part of the chicken, typically the breast, to the pastors.
Bro, what type of chicken is your favorite, bro? I love chicken breast, bro. I know a lot of people like the leg. I like the breast the most, but a lot of people, I could say the leg or the drumstick is pretty good too. But if you like the wing, bro, what is wrong with you, bro? Why are you eating a wing? The thigh is pretty cool too.
Would become known by Gospel Bird or the Sunday Club.
Thighs? Yeah, thighs are cool. Chicken breasts all the way, exactly.
When fried chicken was still only being enjoyed on special occasions,
World War II, man.
Still relatively labor-intensive process. But by the 1950s, the popularity of fried chicken exploded.
Okay, so the original photo that we just saw was maybe like 1940s, 1930s.
Many entrepreneurs in the fast food
fried chicken, let's go.
Passion for fried chicken.
Yeah,
decided to capitalize.
Yeah. So low key, fried chicken is a black thing, but it then became an American thing. It was a black thing.
Massive amount of fried chicken.
European thing as well, but it didn't taste good. LOL.
During this time period, that fried chicken went from being a national American dish to an international dish.
Nice.
However, It was also during this time period,
Oh
during the
shit.
Jim Crow era,
Ah
the racial
shit.
stereotypes between African
There it
Americans were
is, Jim
closely
Crow.
tied to fried chicken,
Yeah,
asserting
racist
black
ass.
folks as poultry thieves and ravenous eaters of fried chicken. This portrayal cast African Americans as
You know the worst part is, bro. Of course, people are gonna believe this because people are stupid, bro. People hear, "Oh, black people they just love fried chicken and watermelon." Oh, I believe it because I saw it in a book. Like, yeah,
savage and
you're fucking
unintelligent,
dumb,
as predatory, lustful beings who exhibited primal, uncontrollable affection for food,
bro.
fried chicken.
Bro, this is the most bullshit. Bro, primal urges. As soon as I see chicken, bro, I just turn into a beast, bro.
African Americans as chicken thieves, painting them as dim-witted and lazy. In one scene, elected black officials were seen swigging from whiskey bottles and putting their bare feet on tables, while another man is seen ravenously gnawing on a chicken bone. Such imagery permeated deep into the 19th century, and these stereotypes...
Let's be real, bro. Black people are not the only people to sit back and put their foot on the motherfucking table and relax, bro. Black people are not the only people to just eat food that tastes good and just fucking devour it. This is some bullshit. Like, people just act like they're better than others. It's so bullshit. Like, stop acting like you're better, bro. You're the same. You're a dumbass monkey too. If I'm a dumb monkey, you're a dumb monkey too, bitch. You're just a different color.
Various types of movies and media and TV shows and advertisements. These often showed African Americans indulging in specific types of foods like fried chicken and watermelon. This was propagated to...
I don't even like watermelon.
African Americans were less intelligent.
Classism, yeah, for real.
White societies perceived...
But back then, the classism and racism was synonymous. Now, classism and racism is definitely way more skewed and way more blurred, right? It's to the point where black people hate other black people, and white people hate black people that got money, but they love black people that are poor because they're poor too. Like, classism and racism definitely was synonymous back in this era, but now it's definitely way more blurred. It's definitely a good time to live in, but a bad time as well. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the next 30 to 40 years with America specifically, but life in general.
Was often employed with
so many people are going to be forced to integrate because of life in general, like South Korea going through a birth decline. China, one-child policy is making them now have a birth decline. Japan, birth decline, and suicide rate is high as shit, right? So these people are going to be forced to integrate because Switzerland is doing the same thing. Switzerland literally will pay you. I'm not bullshitting you. Switzerland will pay you to live with them. Switzerland pay. Switzerland pay to live. Here's the proof. Here's the proof right here. Expats under 45 of age are offered 20,000 Swiss francs, or around $21,000 for moving, and 10,000 Swiss francs and approximately $10,000 US for moving their children to Switzerland. You can live in Switzerland. I was looking it up because I was thinking about doing it. You can live in this village in Switzerland, right? Because they have such a low birth rate that they need people to come live here and repopulate. So if you want to come live here, they will pay you to move, and they will pay your family for you to live here. The only requirement is you need to live here for 10 years. And if you leave before 10 years, you have to reimburse them all their money. But besides that, it's a legitimate thing. So it's going to be interesting because Switzerland is just a bunch of white people. What happens when you start paying people to move to your country? It's going to be way more diverse, right? Right now, I'm sure there's no issue with it, but history shows whenever you let people move into your country, it's open arms until people start doing bad things. And there's bad people everywhere. So the first brown people to start doing bad shit here, they're going to say, get rid of it, change it. We don't want them here. They did it. They did it in Europe. You remember Europe? Whenever I don't remember what went down in Europe. It was like before Brexit or some shit. It was like, oh yeah, we want all the immigrants. We want all the immigrants. Come here. It's safe here, right? Because some country was getting messed up, and they're like, come to seek asylum. Literally years later, these same people, oh my God, they're terrible people. Get them out of my country. They're taking the jobs. They're doing this. They're stabbing people. Blah blah blah. Some are, yes, but that's just what happens when people move. And it's like, I'm not saying the people I'm not even saying the immigrants are great. Immigrants probably fucking suck, right? Because the thing is, when you live somewhere, your culture is there, right? So if you live in America, you have American culture, which means you're used to seeing different types of people, usually, unless you live like in the deep South, or you live in these places where remote areas where it's only like one type of people. But if you live in like New York City, you're used to seeing Dominicans, Mexicans, white people, black people, Asians, right? If you live in New York, you see all these people. Vader, you from New York, you see a whole bunch of other people from all different places in New York City. Versus if you live in Virginia, you only see a bunch of black people and some white people. You don't really see that many other types of people, right? I joined the military. I see people from all over and from other countries. I had a sergeant. He's from Russia. I had a sergeant. He's from the Middle East. I had a sergeant. He was stationed in Africa and he fucking lived there for several years when he was a Marine, right? All these different people I've met through the military, but that's not life, right? You go to Japan, what do you see? Japanese people. You go to Korea, what do you see? Korean people. The only time you don't see Japanese people in Japan is when you're in the tourist spots like Tokyo, or you go to Okinawa and you're going up there. But if you go to like Tsushima, there was not really many foreigners in Tsushima until the game Ghost of Tsushima came out, and everybody started going to Tsushima to take pictures. And that's when all those Japanese people got introduced to Americans and other type of people that played the game, right? But a lot of people hate when fucking other cultures come into their space because they change it. Because when you move, what happened? What do people say when they move into a new place? I want to make this. I want to make it feel like home. Or they bring a picture. Oh, it's just like home now. Where you move, you take your home with you. You take your culture with you, right? So you might be playing loud music and you're just having a good time, right? But your neighbors might think it's fucking annoying because before you moved in, it was quiet. But your culture is more loud than theirs, so you express yourself more. That's just Western culture in general. When you're in America, what do we hear? Be yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do this. You can do that. Be yourself. Blah blah blah. Right? In Eastern countries, it's not like that. You have to put on a front in Eastern countries to fit into the society. So that's just normal. So when other people start integrating into the society where they have to like either shelter themselves or make themselves look better than they are versus people that don't care like me. Like when I go to Korea, I'm like, yo, what's up? We live, we streaming, right? They don't do that shit there. Like the people that do that, they're celebrities, right? But every Joe Schmo in America wants to, hey, look at me, right? So when you go to those other countries where they don't do that and you start, hey, look at me, you really do become a celebrity. Like you really become a celebrity, right? Not necessarily in Korea or Japan because they're more used to it. But if you went to Switzerland, you started, hey, look at me. You're going to be known in this area of Switzerland. They're going to be like, you're that black guy that streams and records or whatever, because I'm like that in Thailand. People see me, they're like, oh, you're that black guy that does this. You're that black guy that does that. They talk. People talk here because they're all the same people. The Thai people are Thai. The Japanese people are Japanese. American people are everything. That's why you don't really like, you hear about yourself maybe like through gossip, through high school, but it's different when you live somewhere. And that's why immigrants suck. And that's why immigration sucks. And that's why people that also don't enjoy immigration fucking suck too. Like all of it sucks, right? Because everybody just wants to be themselves, but everybody can't just be themselves.
To belittle blacks, thus underscoring black people's subjugated status. In today's world, the stereotype persists and the media plays a significant role in establishing and perpetuating and amplifying these stereotypes.
That's true.
Racist depictions,
that's true.
minstrel shows, and negative portrayals.
That's true. You know why? Because it was different. It was okay to laugh at black people because they weren't considered human. They were just black. They were like, oh, look at that. They're black. They're not human. They're not like us. They're not sophisticated. They eat chicken all day. They eat watermelon, blah, 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 right? It's bullshit, right? And it doesn't help that some of the stereotype is true. Black people like fried chicken, but everybody likes fried chicken. The thing is, they said black people love fried chicken so much that they become animals. You see what I'm saying? That's where the bullshit comes in, right? Most stereotypes come from some type of actual fact, and it's just exaggerated. So when it's like, oh, Japanese people, oh, if you're Japanese, you're smart, right? So for a lot of people that have stereotypes, black people, we have the black people eat watermelon and chicken stereotype. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's fucking annoying, right? But it's not that bad, right? We also have like, oh, your dad's not around type of shit. A lot of black fathers got incarcerated. It's not like they just left. A lot of them really did. Some leave. Like people leave. If you don't want a kid, you just leave. Like it doesn't matter if you're black, white, whatever. If you want to leave because you don't want your kid, that's going to happen, right? But a lot of black men were incarcerated in prison. And it's not like, I'm not going to say that they didn't do it, right? But when you have society already against you and you're poor and people don't like you and the people that have the power don't like you as well, you're like a caged animal. So what happens when an animal gets cornered? They lash out. That's why you see all the gun violence and shit. Everybody's an animal because everybody gets treated like a fucking animal in America. Anyways, this is definitely a deep video that didn't need to get that deep. Let's continue this.
Media contributed significantly towards the racial myth-making of fried chicken, even as attempts to counter these negative stereotypes in contemporary media. old tropes occasionally resurface and underline the persistence and cultural baggage that fried chicken seems to carry. In 2010, a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial in Australia.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? This commercial probably ain't that bad. It's probably not that bad. So I remember this. I remember I saw this. It's a white dude. He don't fit in, blah, blah, blah. He pulls out some chicken. Everybody start partying, bro.
A white person calming down a rowdy crowd of black people with fried chicken. While the ad was labeled as racist, it's also seen as an example of exactly how these stereotypes continue to spread.
Let me see the commercial. KFC ad, white guy. Let me watch this for myself. I'm gonna watch it while Yo, what the fuck is this? Nah, let's watch this one. We ain't gonna watch the other one. Let's watch this one. Hold on.
Commercial after we watch it.
Damn, the Young Turks, bro. This was 13 years ago, bro. This video old as shit.
So I want you to share your thoughts.
Bro, in 13 years, this video ain't got 1 million views. That's crazy.
Commercial after we watch it.
Okay, let's watch this shit.
Need a tip when you're stuck in an awkward situation? Too easy. KFC's crowd pleaser. A huge variety of
You're stuck in an awkward situation.
chicken and plenty of tasty sides.
I definitely think it's stupid. And they could have really made this a great commercial, and they just didn't know what to do. Is it racist? I'm honestly not too sure if I would call it racist. Cultural stereotype, 100%. I don't know if it's racist, though, because they said anybody. I don't know. I get what's there. I'm looking at it. I'm not trying to deny it, what's there, right? But at the same time, it's like, I just need to know who the fuck came up with this idea, because it could have been a black person that came up with this shit. Like, low key, like, all it is was a white guy saying, "Oh, you uncomfortable? Get some chicken." Like,
publicly and pull the ad. However, despite these stereotypes propagating in the media, many African American chefs and food writers.
It's racist, but it definitely made me want some chicken. So it did its job. It did its job. That's the ad's job, to make you want it.
And cultural significance.
I guess. I don't know.
They continue to elevate Southern traditional meals, including fried chicken, to the realm of gourmet cuisine. And the success
gourmet. Look, bro, I still don't see fried chicken as no gourmet shit. And I've had some delicious fried chicken, but ain't no way you can convince me that this crispy, greasy, fat shit is gourmet. This is not gourmet food at all, bro. Like, no, this is not gourmet.
African American entrepreneurs.
You can dress it up all you want.
These stereotypes.
Nah, bro, this ain't gourmet.
To dismantle these stereotypes, but the work is ongoing. As historian Michael Twitty points out, fried chicken, it's a soul food classic, but it's not the whole of African Americans' culinary heritage. Nonetheless, fried chicken continues to remain a staple in many African American gatherings and celebrations. And
African American
resourcefulness and culinary creativity.
Remember that, African American, not just African American, right? But everybody eats fried chicken now. So it is like, even for Christmas, the Japanese eat fried chicken for Christmas. So, you know,
it's a history fraught with hardship.
Gourmet food is any food of high quality and or rarity, crafted or delivered, exquisite taste, and presented in a pleasing fashion. Okay, so basically, if you dress up any food, it can be gourmet.
Repression.
So I can make a bowl of cereal gourmet if I make it look beautiful enough, and it tastes good, right? And it's a high quality cereal. I can make gourmet cereal. So maybe it is gourmet shit. It ain't to me, though.
Thank you. I'm your host, Country Boy. And this
Country
is
Boy.
the history of black people and fried chicken.
Country Boy. That's a great video.
MikeHistory.com.
I might check out more of these.
Support, including my new page.
I might check these out on my own, bro. But this was a great video. See you guys on the next one. Yeah, bro. Gourmet Fruity Pebbles. That's what I'm trying to do.